Black barbers have been keeping generations groomed and crispy since the birth of America. But before enslaved Black people were emancipated, they weren't even allowed to get haircuts in the very places they were forced to work. Instead, they would retire to their own neighborhoods in the evenings and find a place to gather and take care of each other.
I'll say for Black men, we don't have that many spaces that we can do that in. Part of the barbering and the barber-client exchange is that the barber is providing a want. You know, it's almost a luxury to it. And that if we can provide that, that's one place, for some people, it's one place that they have control.
Ray Glass is the current owner of razor-sharp hair design at the Rose and Taylor Barbershop in downtown Champaign. Barbering and an entrepreneurial spirit runs in his bloodline. His grandfather was a barber also.
He had all these stories about him cutting hair on a back porch in Mississippi, and they complained because he wanted to charge a nickel, so he threw his clippers in the trash. My dad's father he was a mechanic. My mom's dad had, his main thing was livestock, so he would have hogs. My mom was a seamstress. And actually, my mom would always say, if you can do something with your hands, you'll never be broke. She would say, if you can do something with your hands, you're never gonna be broke.
So, he put his hands to work, eventually becoming a licensed barber.
So I started cutting my own hair, and then my friends started seeing it. My little brother started trusting me, and then we got consistent enough to where people started asking me to cut their hair.
The Rosen Taylor Barbershop has deep community roots. The original owners, Lum Rose and Joe Taylor, opened the shop in the 1970s. I was able to talk to Joe about his more than 50 years behind the chair.
I used to live across the street from Tommy Barbershop when they first opened up, 1960. And I used to see him standing out there in the front of the shop, talking. It seemed like it was a lot of fun. Well, a friend of mine, he said he was going to go to Barber College, but he didn't make it, but I made it.
When he started cutting hair, his barber school in Chicago was still segregated. Joe Taylor is still cutting hair in his own shop at home. Lum has since passed away.
Lum was like a father to me, He was on top of everything, He had everything mapped out. He had a lot of customers.
In a way, I feel I have to continue what they did.
And sometimes that means lending a listening ear.
Not everybody doesn't know that I'm a preacher. They don't know that if I don't believe what I believe, I can't take what you drop on me when you come here. So I can't take your grief if I don't have somewhere to put it.
It's not just like the barber, it's the person. So that's really what you're coming back to, and then, to have a good person that's gonna get your grooming right, that's the bonus.
The barbershop has always been a place of resistance. Barbershops played a huge role during the civil rights movement, serving as a hub for information, a safe space, and a place to organize.
So whatever is happening in the larger scale of the culture, you're going to hear about it in the barbershop.
I think it's part of our identity, just the culture, just the vibe, everything. It really signifies our identity because it represents us. The things that go on in the barbershop are things that affect that community. But it's literally, you could be having a bad day, get a haircut, It seems like the sun will come out, birds start chirping. You have like theme music as you're walking around. Like it's a whole nother experience.
The Black Barbershop is not just for Black people. There are things that the Black Barbershop offers to the world that very few places can duplicate. See, very few places don't have enough time in the community to duplicate what the Black Barbershop can do. So the Black Barbershop is also necessary. I think I'll end on that.